Coach Ken Wilson, what are you expecting to see from your linebacking core against Oregon, and what do you need to see to hold Royce Freeman in check?
Well, we need to be downhill. We need to be in our gaps. You know, we need to get them off schedule. We need to make some plays in the backfield and get them into situations where we can use our package and our blitzes and our movements. You know, it's all a game of if they're on schedule, they're really good. If they're off schedule, then that goes to our advantage. So we'll be working on that.
Have you been encouraged by what you've seen in practice this week?
Well, we practice well all the time. You know, it's a matter of getting to the game and playing the way you do in practice and making improvement every time. And you know, we even talk to these guys. We make improvement through a game. You know, there's nothing that says we can't get better as the game goes on. And you know, you just take each play and play your best and get your job done.
You seen any differences in this Oregon offense in the post-Marcus Mariota, Vernon Adams era?
You know, I played against them a bunch of times, and the plays, you know, they package them differently, but the plays are all, the blocking's the same. They show you a bunch of different packages of formations and hope that you get out of gaps, and we got to be real disciplined and play aggressively into those gaps.
Is there an extra level of excitement for you as an inside linebackers coach going up against a team like this that'll really test your guys, that makes you keep your eyes correct, that's got a power back, it's going to go into those inside gaps?
Well, I mean, you see, you know how disciplined your guys are. You know, you see if your coaching's hit home, and I believe we are. You know, we played these guys well in the past, and you know, they're going to get a play here or there, but we just got to re-rally and get back into our scheme, and we got to make plays.
They seem to have like 3 or 4 different backs that kind of bring something different to the table. Oregon does. Does that change anything as far as when a different running back comes in? I mean, one guy seems more faster, like a power guy.
I mean, they all have their qualities. You know, when you watch them on film, each one's a little bit different, but the plays aren't different. You know, the thing that Oregon does so well is they run the same plays with all the backs, and you got to know which one's in there. You know, a lot of teams have different backs will do different plays with the back, so you can kind of get a beat on it. But they'll run the same play with Royce as they do with the 4th, 5th, and 16 guys. You know, and so you got to be really disciplined. You got to know the guys that are in there. Obviously, you know the guys that are in there, but the plays are what's important, and being in the right spots.
Saw a big hit interception also from Jahad Woods today. Is he a guy that, you know, with size-wise, do you think he could play at this level right now, or is he kind of?
Well, I mean, he's traveling with us, and he's in the depth right now. You know, we'll see we'll see what happens. Still early in the season, but he's obviously a guy that can make plays. You can see that out here. I mean, he's very fast, and you know, we had an outside backer here named Justice Agote a few years ago. He's about the same size, a pretty good Pac-12 linebacker. So I don't feel like he's going to be overmatched. He's got to use his skills.
Once every 2 years you get to play Oregon here, and it's always a packed house, it's always a close game between the teams. Are you excited for that environment, just being on the sidelines for a game like this?
Yeah, you know, it's exciting. It's a little bit different for defenses at home. You know, when it's a big packed house, and for your defense on the road, it's actually quieter for us because the other team's trying to keep their offensive communication. So home games with big crowds, it's a communication we really got to work at on the defensive side, because our crowd really gets loud in this game. Good.